Hi friends, welcome back to my channel. Today in this video we are going to see that one more scenario based interview question. So that I encountered in last interview, Cognizant. So they asked the question that what are the different ways to handle the duplicate data. I just answered them. We can use the drop duplicates, but interviewer is not satisfied with the answer. So he is going to ask that what are the different ways we can handle the duplicate data. So now I just gone through some of the things on the internet, and I got to know that there are four different ways. There may be maybe many different ways, but I found that four different ways we can handle the duplicate data. These are the different ways. The first one is you can use the drop duplicates. Then you can use the distinct function. Apart from that, you can also use the aggregate functions, count of star greater than 1, like that. So then at the last one is we can also use window function, the row number. So using these things we can handle the duplicate data depending upon the requirement and scenario. So coming to that solution, I am using Google Colab to avoid the installation burden, and I have the input file, that is employee data, that contains four different columns: employee ID, name, department, and salary. So I just intentionally create some duplicate data based on the specific columns as well as complete data. So I installed the PySpark library, and along with that some required functions I need to import. So for that I'm using call and when. Then the first step is I will read the input file and I'll going to store it in terms of data frame. So once I display the input file as a data frame, so this is my output. So let's get started with the first method. We can use the distinct method. So what happened distinct method, it will going to check all the columns and it is going to find out that what are the duplicate values are available in the data frame. So that distinct rows are 9. There are nearly 15 records are available, but out of 9 are distinct records that are going to display here. So this is for it's going to compare all the columns, okay. But we can also use the drop duplicates as a second method, where we can compare all the columns as well, but there is another case is that we can also compare some limited columns. Instead of comparing all four columns, I can compare the 3 columns. There are some scenarios like that, some columns are duplicate, some are not duplicate. So if you compare all the columns, it is easy to confirm that it is duplicate value. But in some cases we also need to check that combination of 2 to 3 column values to identify the duplicate data. Then scenario, there is method 3 is we can also use the drop duplicate function on selected columns. So here I mentioned that drop duplicates, what are the columns I need to check, I need to consider: employee ID, name, and department. After that I'm going to identify the count. So you can use that string function drop duplicate dot count. It's going to automatically count the number of records in the data frame. Then I'm going to display the data frame once I drop the values. So this is a way I can do the drop duplicates based on the specific columns. Then next method is I can also use the group by and aggregate function, where I can group by the certain columns and I will take the count of all the values, and if count is greater than 1 means that it is duplicate data. So to do that I'm going to use that group by function. So I'm passing all 4 columns, or else we can have some specific columns as well here depending upon the requirement. Then I will take the count, and after the taking the count I will just filter out that if count is greater than 10, then I have to select those things. Meaning is that the only thing is that second values means not a original, apart from original, what is the second value is coming, that I am considering as a count is greater than 1. So the original value is count is equal to 1. If it is greater than 1 means that is a duplicate data, that only I am going to consider here. So I will display the values of duplicates here. See, these are the some duplicate values compared with all 4 columns. Now once I find out the duplicate values, I need to remove the duplicates from the data frame. For that I'm going to use the join function, join with the original data frame and duplicate data. So automatically what happen is going to take that particular values. So I'm using anti join, means whatever the not matching columns are available, only those things I'm going to get from the left table. So there are many ways I can do this. Instead of this join, I can also use that except all and subtract as well, but join is a good option here. That's why I'm going to use the join as well. So once I done it, I can display the values. So these are the values I found it as these are not duplicate values. There may be, you may ask the question that Sankalp and Manoj are duplicating values, but if you see the salary of those people, so those members, those employees, it is not a duplicate data. When I compare with only 3 columns, it is considered as a duplicate data: employee ID, name, and department. Again, it depends on the scenario. So where we can consider as only particular column or entire data frame, that depends on the requirement. Then next method is we can also use the window function. There are many window functions are available in the PySpark, like row number, rank, and dense rank. We can also use dense rank as well here, but row number is appropriate, so that I'm going to use the row number here. So what is the thing is that I need to mention the what is the window specifications. So these are the I'm going to partition the table based on these 4 columns order by employee ID. So what happened now, whenever we got the partition, only those, depending upon those columns, is going to create multiple partitions and store into the separate temporary data frames in the memory. So that is about the one object. This is an object type. So these objects are stored into the memory to identify the different partitions. Now we are going to add a row number based on the specification. So we are going to add one separate column here. So for that row number, I'm going to mention that what is the row number of that particular record. If the original record, it is row number is a 1. If it is a duplicate record, it is automatically increment the record value to the 2. Then like that is going to take the all the values. So once I done this, what happened? I can display the values. We can see here 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, and so those numbers are 1. These are identical or original record. The number 2, these are all duplicate records. Like that we can mention the row number. The function of row number is the same thing. It is going to give the new number whenever there is no duplicate, or else it is going to give the it is going to give the number as a 1 if there is no duplicates. Otherwise, it is going to give as a 2 and 3 depending upon the occurrences of particular records in the data frame. Then coming to that, we need to remove the duplicates. So what happened now? So those are having equal to 1. We need to drop those things. So for example, we are going to filter out the row number is equal to 1. Those things we can drop here. So then we can find out that what are the values available here. So here, sorry for that. Those values are number 1, that we have to keep it. Then apart from that, we are going to filter out from the data frame. So then I don't require the row number here. So that column is dropped here. So whatever data is coming, that is the only identical records. We are remove the duplicate records from the data frame. So these are the different ways we can handle the duplicate data. So if you have any doubts, you can post in the comment box. I will try to answer within the stipulated time. I hope you enjoy the video. Thank you.